I stayed at Sprowston Manor, part 2. You may have seen the one beforehand where I showed you the state of my room, the dust, just horrendous. You should look at it. But the second part of the problem is I was fortunate enough to go to my cousin's 50th birthday party, joint wedding anniversary, etc. And that was lovely. But when we got in there, the music was very quiet, but no one really clocked at the time. Then we had like a magician there, could barely hear him talking on the microphone. Then obviously they had a bit of music come on for people to dance to, very quiet. We could still hear each other talking, and we could hear what the other table was saying, and the table, the other side. Then I think it was about 9 o'clock, the band started, and they kicked in, and you could hear nothing. They were so quiet. And at the start we thought that was like maybe the band's fault, maybe it was issues. Then we clocked on the corner of the wall, or on the side of the wall there was this TV with an equaliser on it going up and down. And when these yellow lines, there's about 8 yellow lines, when they got to the red, they split open. And we found out that this was a sound monitoring equipment. Then we spotted a guy who was on the side there with an iPad. Question to me was, he too was there to keep an eye on the sound. If it goes too loud, then they cut the sound, which is a bit shit when you want to pay, especially when my cousin spent just under 10 grand in total to have this this marquee and party and stay there, etc. At Sprowston Manor, which is a bit naughty. So the night got on, and obviously people were getting more and more, having more drinks, getting more and more jolly, wanted to dance, but the sound just didn't go up. That was horrendous. So eventually 11 o'clock come, and the music had to stop. Well, everyone's like, more, so they wanted more. So the band started to continue playing to make people happy, because everyone was disappointed that the sound was that quiet. And as Bohemian Rhapsody hit the high note, all the electric went off. Every single bit of the sound equipment went off, and you could hear a pin drop in the room, and it wouldn't come on for about 5 minutes. Then it started up again, and it done it again. Basically what it is, someone complained in the new houses that live around the back there, so it's not their fault, but they failed to tell my cousin about this sound equipment, and that they can't have it too high. So obviously having the magician, the little disco, and then the live band was not really worth it for her spending that money, because you could hear everything. There was some woman, I was at the back of the room, and some woman doing a dirty dancing routine got picked up and she got dropped on the floor. That was funny, but we literally heard her elbow hit the floor, and I was right at the back of the marquee, and it's a huge marquee. So I always, you think of Sprowston Manor and the others are being quite high class, quite posh. You think you're going to get a little bit of value, nice bit of value for your money. With you don't mind spending it, but you think you get a bit of little luxury. But as you'll see from my my previous video in my room, and then that's not to be the case. So never judge a book by its cover.